Woes ahead, adventurers! If you haven't tuned in recently, avert your ears and catch up before the recap burns its way into your mind like a divine fire through a potluck buffet table. You've been warned. Previously on Thy Staff of Power, our party, fresh from the ashes of Aronation Day and still sizzling from the consequences, was issued a penance quest, one designed to teach humility, service, and perhaps a hint of adult responsibility. We're looking at you, Dustin. The mission: escort a class of bright-eyed Saw School children on a field trip to the prestigious and somewhat problematic Museum Dungeon of Arendor. At first glance, the museum seemed like a noble place of learning, but as the party toured the exhibit, something became increasingly clear. The museum's educational philosophy leaned heavily into questionable teachings. Needless to say, the children ate it up. However, a particularly rambunctious child named Nikel opened up a hidden chamber at the back end of the museum into a real dungeon. Dusty armor sprang to life, ancient enchantments activated with murderous enthusiasm, and our heroes leapt into action, protecting the children, subduing the living exhibits, and trying desperately to maintain some form of spiritual educational value. And now, with a field trip from Hex spiraling into an actual dungeon crawl, the penance continues, with higher stakes, fewer snacks, and significantly more firebolt. Praise be to Chaos, and welcome back to Thy Staff of Power.
Thy staff of power strikes the night. Lightning cracks a blinding light. Enemies tremble, lose their fight. The arcane rules we rise to smite.
Hello, and welcome to Thy Staff of Power, the podcast where we roll some dice, try to play nice, and tell tales so good they could feed 5,000 with a single podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kyle Lee, and we're playing D&D 24, the latest and greatest version of the game we all adore. If you're new to D&D, it's a collaborative storytelling game where players create characters, roll dice to determine their fates, and work together to navigate a world full of challenges. We think D&D is a tool, it's a cool way to wrestle with deep questions about right and wrong, the power of community, and how to tell a cool story. For us, it's all about hope, redemption, and adventure, and our tales take place in the Fractured Realms, a world once guided by the moral compass, a divine artifact that helped people discern right from wrong, but now the compass is lost and the world is splintered into chaos. This is a Christian podcast, but our adventurers won't always make the perfect choice. They won't always check their wristband that says, what would Jesus do, and determine what they're going to do. And that's okay sometimes, because sometimes the best stories come from the messiest moments. So grab your sandals, your staff of power, and maybe 5 loaves and 2 fish, because we're setting out into the Fractured Realms in search of hope, truth, and the moral compass. So let's roll. Hey everybody, how's it going today? Looking good. Kirby, you can talk first.
I am so excited for this because the day that we are recording this is the day after my birthday.
Happy birthday, Kirby. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm so old. Not as old as Ember, though.
My favorite birthday song is 3090 from the Tick Tick Boom musical, written originally by the guy who wrote Rent, but starring Andrew Garfield in the Lin-Manuel Miranda directorial debut on Netflix. Love that movie, love Andrew Garfield, and love that song very much so, because it speaks to my existential, everybody's dying and getting fatter, and also, you know what, I think it's kind of biblical. It's pretty
Very Ecclesiastes.
Very Ecclesiastes.
It's giving everything is meaningless.
Yes, it's very Ecclesiastes much wow. Okay, so I'm just going to jump straight into our time because we've got a lot to cover today. To get started, let me play the right music. Okay. All right, so you enter this throne room, and the air is thick with the scent of age and decay. The dim glow of your torches dances across cracked stone walls, their surfaces etched with ancient symbols, some familiar, others unrecognizable. The silence in this forgotten crypt is stifling, broken only by the faint scrape of your footsteps as you venture deeper into the tomb. As your eyes adjust to the gloom of this tomb, you see a massive sarcophagus and several others laid out before you. At the far end of the chamber, Their lids are adorned with strange runes and once pristine seals that are now fractured and half broken from centuries of confinement. Dust clings to every surface, untouched by time until now. The ground beneath your feet trembles, though, as a low resonant growl echoes from the skeleton, the figure slouched up against the backside of the throne. A voice low and dripping with malice rings out from the shadows, a voice that seems to seep into your bones and the stone around you itself. A tomb. It's our tomb. Tombs, seals, magical ones, ordinist seals, yes, to keep us from coming back. The voice rumbles. The sound is hollow and tinged with bitterness, as though it has longed for this moment for eons. The air grows colder, the flickering torchlight revealing that this figure is standing up. Clad in tattered remnants of ancient armor, as it moves, the tomb seems to shift with a life of its own, the long, dead air swirling with a sinister, dark energy. It continues. But behold, Namador, we have gone beyond. The Wight speaks. Its presence is like a shadow that clings to the air, its very essence an affront to the natural order. The cold seeps deeper into your bones, and you begin to realize this is not any creature. No, this is a soul condemned, a Wight twisted by the forces that lurk beyond life and death. A being so far removed from humanity that it only craves one thing, the endless suffering of the living, and that's a tale as old as the Gilded Dominion itself. That's what Wights are. The skeletal warriors at the Wight's side emerge from their sarcophaguses, their bony hands creaking as they grasp rusted swords as the Wight speaks one final time. We have rekindled the fading flames, and now the world waits for us. Let's roll initiative.
I rolled an 8.
And that includes your bonus, Kirby?
Oh, wait, what's my bonus?
Your initiative bonus is going to be your dexterity modifier, pretty much.
So my dexterity is -1.
Okay, then.
So it's 7.
Great.
So not my proficiency bonus, my dexterity.
Yeah. Unless your character has something very special about them, they don't have any extra features regarding the initiative specifically.
Fair enough. Yeah, so 7.
I rolled a 22.
Yo!
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
Harley/Titan got 22, so Titan is first. Dustin got an 11, and Emberlyn got a 7, right? Okay,
Yeah.
So then it's going to be Titan, the Wight, the skeletons, then Dustin, then Emberlyn.
Oh no.
Damn.
Okay.
Why am I always last?
Well, I mean, you're in heavy armor and you're not that dexterous, so this is pretty par for the course here.
Is this... How many skeletons are there?
That's a good question. There are 5 skeletons. They have some
Okay.
5
shields and
skeletons,
swords in
okay.
hand. None of them have bows or anything. They're all just swords and shields, and they are moving towards you. They seem to be reanimated by this dark, like purple energy, dark energy in the air.
Okay. Perfect.
So you are first, and you can choose to do what you wish.
Whoa! As I unsheath both my dagger and my sword, I will go on after Skeleton 1, and he will meet the fury of my blades. Alright, so I'm going to roll D20. Yeah, so +3. Okay, so +3. Let me just roll. Okay, boom. 1, and then down. Alright, so I rolled a 19 and a 7. Oh, that stupid dagger.
Okay, so you do hit with the first one, though, and let's roll for damage there.
Do I roll a D6 for that one?
It's whatever your weapon was, I believe your first weapon is a short sword or a scimitar.
Yeah.
And if that's the case,
Cool.
yes, it's a D6. And then you add your dexterity bonus.
Scimitar, got you. So scimitar, D6. I don't know why I forgot how to do this. D6
Totally fine.
plus. I'm sorry. I've only done like 2 sessions and I forgot how to fight.
Okay.
My scimitar is a +5, right?
So you're only going to add your dexterity bonus for this damage. It's roll a
Okay.
d6, and you're going to add your +3.
Okay, all right. That's okay. Cool.
Panda.
I did 4 damage.
4 damage total. Okay. So with this, you're going to slash this skeleton, and you don't actually think you get a good hit in, but you're kind of surprised. You just kind of slash it through, and it kind of crumbles to the ground. It kind of just, which surprising. You thought this would be a lot. Like, you're like, oh, that wasn't that great of a hit. In fact, mechanically, you rolled a 1 on the d6, so it wasn't even the maximum amount of damage you could do. It was on the lowest end possible damage you're going to do, but it kind of just to the ground. So, interesting. All right, it's the Wight's turn. The Wight will head over to Titan and attack. So we're going to roll with, and he has a two-handed, like, great sword. So I'm going to swing at you. That crit 20, God.
Oh.
A devastating blow. How much health do you have again?
My health
14,
is
right?
21.
21. That's good. 21.
21. I have
Anyway.
1 health point left.
So yes, I have set damage for this boss, and he normally would deal 10 damage with this sword. He dealt 20 because of the crit 20. So you have 1 health left.
No, I never got to get my ogre wife.
We're gonna get you that ogre wife, Titan.
Yeah, devastating blow. I think you're like thrown backwards a little bit. I mean, like thrown prone a little bit, but you can get back up. But big slash with this sword, and this is probably the hardest hit you've ever taken in your life.
Yeah.
All right, so these skeletons are going to swarm into the other people, and we're going to have 2 attack the rest of you.
Like
So-
2 on me and 2 on Dustin.
Okay, so these are for Kirby / Emberlyn. What was Emberlyn's AC?
14.
14. Okay, so 1 hits, and then Dustin, I'm 90% sure you had the magic armor on, so your AC is 17 at the moment.
Yeah.
A crit 20. Oh, and a crit fail. Okay, so what I'm going to do with that, because of the crit 20 and the crit fail,
There was another crit 20.
another crit 20 for this skeleton. I'm going to have this skeleton, like, you're caught off guard by its speed, and it's going to, like, go for a stab, like, right at your face, and you're like, oh my god, I'm about to get hit. And the other skeleton trips over itself and knocks the other one over, and it just stabs the ground.
Wait, so how much hit damage did I take?
I'm gonna have to roll for that. So let's see for damage. But Dustin is spared because of this crit fail. That the crit 20 is completely gonna whiff because of that. Apologies to the audience too if you ever catch me coughing on this today, because I'm a little bit of a cough today. All right, so we're gonna roll for damage. 4 damage dealt to you.
Okay, so my current hit points were 17, so now I'm at 13.
With that in the order, that means
It is now Dustin's turn.
them skeletons about to feel my wrath. I feel like our most troublesome. Actually, healing hands is not a. Is that an action or is that like a bonus?
Yeah, okay, so that's from your species being an ASMR. Let me triple check, because
Yeah.
that's somewhat custom built for you.
So I'd like to help our good old boy
I don't
Titan
know
here.
if- I gotta double check what I specified for that, because what's the action speed I gave you, because if I didn't define it, I'm going to give you the advantage here, because that's just a bad on my part. And whenever the DM makes a mistake, I'm always a believer that you should just give the player the best possible outcome. Okay, so yep, I was bad, and I didn't give a speed on this particular thing. So I'm going to say, as a bonus action, you can touch somebody and heal them, which is a really fast speed. So you could move, go over to Harley, heal him, and touch him and heal him, and then still attack if you'd like.
And still attack.
Because it's a bonus. You have a standard action, a bonus action, and a movement action.
Gotcha. So let's do do a good old Eldritch Blast to start my standard action. I'm gonna aim for the skeleton. Should I just go straight for the big guy?
For the big guy.
Right? But then
Yes.
the skeletons are easy to take out and they still have the ability to
Yeah,
hit us.
but after us, it's Harley, and then it's the like strong one again. Like you should go for the
Yeah, you're right.
strongest one.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the big boy. The big boy.
Okay.
The Wight.
Let's roll. Let's see what happens then.
Alright. Here we go.
That's
I got 12.
12. Okay. This blast will fly up and hit him, but plink off his armor and like rebound, so it does not actually do any damage to him.
Gosh. You still have your
well,
bonus.
I'm gonna move and do healing hands on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I'm tired.
normally if there were enemies like right by you, if you moved away from them, they get an attack of opportunity to attack you. But because they both kind of collapsed into each other and they're trying to pick themselves up, you do not have to suffer that. You can walk over. Let's roll 2d4s to see how much you can heal Titan for.
2d4s. Alright.
Oh, fun.
Alright. That's nice.
Back to 6 HP.
Oh god.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
That makes it Emberlyn's turn.
I'm gonna help my boys. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do guiding bolt against the Wight.
Okay.
So I roll my d20 for that, correct? And then I add 6 to it.
I believe so. I'm gonna double check the spell itself just to make sure. Guiding bolt. You hurl a bolt of light towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack. Yep. So you're gonna roll 1d20 plus your
Plus 6.
plus 6. Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
Rolled a 13.
Plus
Okay.
6 is 19.
Oh, okay. Yes. 19 will hit, and you're gonna roll 4d6 radiant damage or light-based damage.
4d6. I'm gonna say them out loud if y'all want to add these up.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is a 1. The next one is a 3. The next one is a 6. And the next one is a 4.
14 damage.
But not only that, I have the bonus action of healing word. And so I'm going to speak some words of life over my Titan. And I'm going to say, son, rise up and fight. And then I get to do 2d4.
Okay, let's roll 2d4 plus 4.
Okay, Titan, this is for you. 2d4 plus 4. It's a 2, and it's a 3 plus 4. So 9.
Oh, 6 plus 9.
Back to
15.
15.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna need y'all to roll, because you successfully hit this guy. I'm gonna need I'll have Aaron do it. Let's roll 1d20 in the chat or in the roll for me, just to see what happens. This will become clearer later on. All right, you got an 8.
Got an 8.
Okay. As you hit him, this guy, this Wight, will be like, will kind of like with this guiding light, and he'll just start to speak kind of randomly, and he'll say, "I remember Nimrod. Yes, earned strength. That one. He believed divine strength was earned, not given. The guild, they said pride. No divine will. That's what they said. Wait, what? What? Did y'all say something?" And we just keep, and that's it. So it will now be Titan's turn. For the record,
What?
the next attack made against the Wight will have advantage because of guiding bolt.
Come on, Harley.
Yeah, the Wight he just said that? All that
Yes.
stuff.
Hey there, fam! Kirby here from Thy Staff of Power, the D&D podcast you all know and love, where I play Emberlyn, everyone's favorite fiery cleric, where we cast lots to decide our faith just like in biblical times. And guess what? We are going to be doing a live show at Reach Conference 2025 on November 6th through 8th in Orlando, Florida. ReachConf is where Christian gamers, streamers, and cosplayers unite to learn, laugh, maybe slay a dragon, steal his riches, or tithe it to your local sanctuary. Yes, thy staff of power on stage in person in full chaotic glory. But here's the twist. You get to play a part in it. That's right, we're running a massive one-shot session before the live show. And the choices that are made in that game are going to directly affect the outcome of the live show and the future campaigns that me and my other players are going to be doing. So you're not just watching this story unfold, you are stepping into the fractured realms with us. You can play alongside us, you can sling some dice, dodge some heresy, possibly exercise a mimic disguising as a communion table. No promises. We'll see what happens. But it's the only conference where you can level up your faith and your stats at the same time. Join us for the one shot, stay for the live show, get your badge and all of the holy deeds at www.reachconf.org. That's www.reachconf.org. Again, Reach Conference 2025, November 6th through 8th in Orlando, Florida. We'll see you there.
All right. As I am healed, thank you, my friends. I will rip my sleeve off and I'll tie it around the wound where I got slashed. And then, while I do that, I'm holding my dagger in my mouth, and I'm like, they're gonna pay for that. And I'm gonna go attack homeboy who's talking. This is my initiative, which is 11.
Okay, so remember, if you're going to attack twice, you're going to have advantage on the first attack, so you get to roll again and take the higher number.
Okay. 14.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and 14 is just enough for you to hit.
All right, so only one of them hits again?
No. So that was your first attack, and you rolled at advantage to see if you would hit. For the record, your first roll of an 11 would have missed. The 14 does hit. Now you get to roll your secondary attack and see if that hits. That was those two rolls were just for the.
But when I did guiding bolt, that gave you the advantage for.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, awesome. And so I'll roll again. Come on, I got a 12.
And that one unfortunately missed still.
So we need at least a 14.
At least a 14. Okay, and then I will. I
will remember you.
We're gonna get demonetized.
I mean, I'm singing it. I mean, honestly, if Sarah McLachlan was coming for you, that'd be devastatingly scary. Like, she seems like a scary woman if she was angry. All right.
I do 8 damage.
Okay, nice. So we've done 8 here. So I will need, since you are the dealer of the blow, let's do a Titan this time. Let's roll a D20.
No bonuses?
No bonuses. Okay.
No.
14.
You are able to slash with the guiding light of this guiding bolt. You're able to slash through a weak point in the armor and hit him for 8 damage. And the Wight will, and you spoke aloud saying like, "Oh, I'm healed and everything." And again, the Wight will say, "Hello? What? Are you saying something?" And he will you'll notice that he's got like a small pipe-like thing. It looks like kind of like a horn in his ear, and he'll adjust it, and he'll say, "Did you say something about books? 27 books on a head? Why would anyone? Oh wait, what is it, 27 or 17? It doesn't really matter. It didn't end well when the last time someone put 27 books on their head for holiness. Not well at all. Split." That's what he says.
Weird.
Okay.
What is he rambling on about?
It is now his turn, and I'm gonna roll for him again. Okay.
Oh.
I'm dictating his action semi-randomly, and he got low on this time. So I think he is going to spend his time adjusting the little horn thing on his ear and saying I don't think this thing is working very well, and just kind of I will note that as you've slashed him up, it doesn't look like he's reacting in any real way to you slashing him up. It's just all right. But anyway, it's the skeleton's turn now. We're gonna roll 2 attacks against Emberlyn. Okay,
Oh.
a 19
That
and a
hits.
crit fail, and then I'm gonna have these skeletons. These skeletons are getting so many crit fails. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna treat it the same. I'm gonna have this skeleton. One skeleton's about to hit Emberlyn, but the other skeleton trips and just kind of like blocks the blow and like knocks the other one over because it crit failed. So she's totally fine. You know, devastatingly scary boss fight is just, you know, skeletons falling
It's so
all over
confusing.
themselves. You never can know what you can plan in D&D. And then we're gonna have these skeletons get up, and they will use their movement action to get up. The ones that fell due to Dustin trying to attack Dustin, and they are just going to spend a second movement action to move. They're going to move to attack Dustin, but they're surrounding him, but they cannot attack because they used a second movement action instead as their standard action. So they do not do anything for this turn. Honestly, pretty good turn for y'all. No real damage done. That makes it Dustin's turn once again.
So I got two boys surrounding me, right?
You do.
Okay. All right. I'm still. Should I attack these guys? Just get them over with, or should I go straight for the big boy again? Or maybe I should use some hideous laughter and make them all laugh, make them all giggle. What if it's a tickle fight? What if I just tickle all these skeletons so they giggle and we get some more information out of these guys? You know what I
if
mean?
we actually are friends?
That's what I'm saying. Like, homeboy is saying a bunch of stuff. Maybe he's attacking because he can't hear right. You know?
Thank
So maybe I just make them all laugh and try to get some information. You know, if I use Tasha's hideous laughter, does that mean that the next turn is like nobody attacks?
So Tasha's hideous laughter targets a single target, but that target
Oh,
is
yeah?
effectively uncontrollably laughing until they make another save. So at least for a turn, they will be stunned effectively. But it can last for like 10 turns or something. It can last for a while. It's why I recommended it. It's actually extremely powerful because it means that person really can't do much. And there's situations where, like, I've used it in the past when I was like, my character was an arcane, like an arcane rogue. I forget what it's called, like an arcane spell thief or whatever. And you cast Tasha's hideous laughter on somebody, steal all their stuff, and then kill them, right? Because you're like, they can't do anything. They're just laughing, and it's like, cool. Like,
No, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, so it's extremely powerful spell, even though it's relatively low level. Now, of course, it's only a single target, and it's a little bit niche, because like in a big fight, you can't just make one person laugh, and everyone else will be like, that guy's laughing, we should also all laugh and not fight. That doesn't really how it works, right?
But it seems
is
like
pretty
these
cool.
skeletons aren't very...
Yeah, and in order for them to laugh, they have to be capable of laughing. So I will say, maybe the skeletons can't laugh. This guy, this Wight is talking.
Can.
He probably
He can laugh.
But the skeletons, you don't really know.
He seems a little kooky, so he might laugh on his own.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna go for my witch bolt instead, because that deals damage multiple times over time. There's a bonus action after for subsequent turns, which I feel like is nice. And I'm gonna aim that at the Wight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a ranged spell attack against the Wight, and if you do, you'll deal 2d12 lightning damage, and then yes, as long as you concentrate for up to 9 more turns. I think that's how that works. Up to 9 more turns, you can deal 1d12 every turn, just because it'll keep.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's pretty nice. All right. So what is this? 1d20 plus my 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got 22.
22. All right. That is strong. I wonder if I have any. There we go. Some thunder. Okay, so yeah, you got 22. So we're gonna roll 2d12s, and then we'll see what
2d12s.
damage. There's no bonuses to that. Just 2d12. We'll see how much damage you deal. Nine. Okay, so you'll do 9 damage. And I'm going to need you to roll. Actually, Kirby hasn't rolled one yet, so let's have Kirby roll a d20, and we'll see what that result is. but
Okay.
you've dealt 9 damage to him. What lightning damage?
14.
14. Did we already do that one? Let's see. Oh yeah. We did get a 14 before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll shock this guy, and he'll go, and then he'll say, "Did someone say something about books? Wait, 27 books? 12. Wait, why would anyone put 27 books on their head? Wait, did I say this before? My memory's not very good. I don't remember. Books on your head, children." That makes it a Kirby / Emberlin's turn.
All
Maybe we
right.
should start putting books on our head.
I grabbed 3 of them from
You got
the
3 books?
last room. I made sure to grab 3 of them and put them in my bag.
24 books left.
If I use command, and if I say to the Wight in front of us, can I only say like one word, or
Let
how
me
does that
double check.
work exactly?
So yes, so command is you speak a 1-word command to a creature you see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Choose the command from these options: approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt. And
Can I, like, make my
I
own?
will allow you to, if you have some creativity in mind, I would allow you to use another word. I would just have to approve it first, but yes.
If I were to yell at it, reveal, as in like reveal what is going on, or like reveal who you are, would that work or no?
I think that's a little
A little too out of the box?
a little too vague. Like reveal could be a lot of things. Like drop, flee, grovel,
Yeah.
halt, approach. I think those are a little bit more specific.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think like that would totally work. I think I might let you do that a little bit later if your personal understanding is stronger. Because I think just these words and the magic is here. This is how I'll rule it. The words aren't like the most specific, but they have a lot of intention of what
Okay.
you're looking for. You want them to approach this thing. You want them to drop to the ground. That one
Yeah.
is like reveal what? Like, reveal a little bit more information. You might need a little bit more before you get there. But
Got it.
I like the thought for sure.
I think then, if that's the case, I'm just gonna do firebolt, and I'm gonna hurl. Who should I hurl the firebolt at? What do you guys think? Should I do it at the Wight, or should I do it at one of the skeletons?
The Wight's not taking any damage, or like he looks like he's not affected. But like you have like powerful magic, maybe that will like shake him into, I don't know, consciousness or something.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to do because this guy's literally yammering to himself right now. I'm like, should I just go for the skeleton? What do you think, Aaron? Dustin?
I honestly think we should go for the skeletons first to just take the little guys out of the way, because we have
Okay.
a lot of things that we can do to him. For subsequent turns now, I have a 1d12 attack on him, like
Cool.
already there. So, and that's for like a couple turns. So I feel like we should just take the little guys out.
The
Okay.
only thing that will break that up will be if if you lose concentration. So if something really crazy happens, or if you take a bunch of damage, you're gonna have to roll to maintain your concentration. But otherwise, yeah, and you don't even have to roll. It's actually automatic damage. I just looked that up.
Yeah.
So it's just auto damage. It does. So you just are automatically hitting this guy for 12 every turn, which is pretty cool.
And I feel like these
Okay.
skeletons are really good at distracting. You know what I mean? So my
Yeah.
concentration might be broken if they're
So-
tripping over
You
all
might
over
just
the place.
laugh at their incompetence
So-
as they tumble around on the ground.
So I'll do firebolt, and I'll cast it because I know that Dustin has 2 surrounding him. I'll do it at one of the 2 surrounding him in the hopes that the other one just like fails and he's still able to maintain concentration.
Of course.
So I'm gonna roll my d20, right? D20, and then firebolt is +6.
Mm-hmm.
4 + 6, which is 10.
Fortunately, not good enough to hit this
Dang
thing.
it.
Needed a little bit higher.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
So just nothing else though. Your bonus action, you're fine.
What
You
else
could
I
do like
for-
healing word or whatever if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do healing word again for Titan. Because Titan, what are you at? You're at 15. What's your max?
21.
I'll do healing word again for bonus action.
So then just roll a 2d4 plus the number, and we'll almost certainly get it
Okay.
back to full.
So 2d4 + 4. 2, 3 + 4.
Okay. So you're back to
So
full.
you're back.
Yes, thank you. These skeletons will pay for what they've done to me.
All right. Titan, it is now your
Now.
turn, and then it'll be Wight and Skeleton.
Now my turn to attack, and I have rolled a 4.
Are you gonna roll your bonus hit too?
Yeah, second wind, this bad boy. Let's.
Well, for the record, you're not using second wind, which is a fighter feature yet. That would be different.
Oh, okay.
But yes, okay, cool. So you have crit failed and then you miss. So let's see, how do we want to roll this crit fail?
This is a really tough day for Titan.
Tough day for Titan here. He was really. He got a near-death experience, and he's just working through it. And he's just
Yeah.
like seeing his life flash before his eyes, and being like, "There's no orc wife in my life yet," and he's just
No orc wife.
Distracted.
It's
Is it like happy wife, happy life? No wife, no life?
no wife, no life. I believe. Yeah, I think he's just having a bad day. You know what? I also learned that like being a pure fighter is not ideal in D&D.
why'd
I
you
just
say
found that out. I don't know. There's a lot of like memes on Instagram that were like when it's when you're like a fighter fighting like some overlord god, and all your like friends are like mages, and you're just like slash slash slash. Like, you know. Meanwhile, like these two have like the potential to like one hit something if they roll really well.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just we'll take a brief break and just say that in general, one of the big criticisms of D&D overall is that martial classes, aka just pure fighting type classes with swords and shields and stuff, generally start to become very, very outclassed by magic casters over time. Like specifically the cleric class, which Emberlyn is one of the most powerful classes in D&D.
Basically, I have Thor and like Captain Marvel, and I'm just like Hawkeye. Like
Yeah, you're a little bit.
And you know what? Hawkeye got his own show.
he did.
He did.
You
In my perfect world, he would have been the guy to snap Thanos out of existence in Endgame. I think it would have been much more beautiful. That was my own opinion. I have a lot of opinions about Marvel. With that in mind, though, so this is actually why it's up to me. If the fighter is not keeping up with everybody else, that is due to the fact that the Dungeon Master has not given the fighter a bunch of interesting magical items over time to allow them to be of true worth. Because the fancy magical items allow for fighters to do really cool, fancy, interesting things. Otherwise, they're just meh. Or there are custom subclasses that we can build to make sure that you're interesting. It's also why my fighter subclasses of choice are the Echo Knight or the Eldritch Knight, which allow you to either cast magic or like create a clone of yourself and attack like 6 times. Because then you're like, all right, like yeah, okay,
You'll never be
slash
alone.
slash. It's slash.
He's just like doing hibachi.
Slash, and then I have one making mugs.
Yeah. It's like slash. Compass bless you. Slash.
Go ahead.
Okay, so get back to our boss fight. You have missed. I think you will slash some skeletons, but every time you happen to just kind of smack up against their armor or things of that nature, and I'm gonna have it so that you actually smash one, and your sword hits like the shoulder plate that it has, and it will bounce out of your hands, and it go flying across the room. So you just have your scimitar, as you like to say, in your.
Okay. Dang. Can I like roll to like use my acrobatic skill to try to catch it?
I'm not even sure.
Oh, it was a
it's
critical
physically
fail.
Possible to like catch the sword as it flies, but I would let you. You have not moved yet. I would let you try and run away and go grab it. If you do, you might get attacked by the skeletons, though.
Never mind. I'll have one sword.
It's also possible for you to like pull out a dagger and do it again. But just have more, right? Okay, so it is the Wight's turn. We're gonna roll, and we'll see what the Wight decides to do. Okay, and he will finish adjusting his little horn in his ear, and he'll turn, look around, and just kind of saunter over and look at Dustin and say, "You don't have any books on your head," and he'll just slash at you. He got a 17.
My AC is a 17.
Yep, which means he hits, and that means you take 10 damage.
10 damage.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
still at 14 from last session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gracious guys. I'm at 4.
Dude.
Skeleton's turn. There is 2 skeletons by Dustin. They're gonna attack him.
No.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh.
These skeletons
So
suck.
many crit fails. Like Titan is not rolling well, but I, as the dungeon master, am rolling horribly, which is great for y'all. But like, my God, 3 crit fails in like 12 rolls. Gotta love the randomness. So okay, we're gonna keep rolling it the same way. The skeleton is about to hit Dustin, but gets knocked over by one of these other skeletons and is just out for the count. We still got 2 skeletons up against Emberlyn.
Dang,
Okay, I got a
19
19.
7.
So 1 will hit.
Okay.
You take 3.
Okay, so I'm at 10 now.
Okay. So they've done their attacks. They've done their like circus clown routine, and it is now Dustin's turn. I can't believe these crit ones. These crit fails. All right, Dustin. You can automatically roll the 1d12 if you spend your bonus action.
You can also run. You have a movement action too.
Where am I going to run to?
Away. I don't know.
Away?
There are like you could hide behind the throne. You could run around to like some of the sarcophagi in the room. You could do some of that if you like to.
I never run.
These colors never run.
I will stay and fight. I will make my mother proud.
I'm already proud of you.
Yeah, don't
talking about-
be an idiot.
Never
I'm already
expressed.
proud of you.
I mean, unless you're talking about like a real mama. I don't know if she's proud of you or not.
Jeez, man, these stupid. Ugh. You're saying if I run, I can still use my bonus action with the witch bolt, right?
So your bonus action will be the witch bolt. If you want to take your standard and movement actions to disengage, which is a special action, you can run away from these skeletons and the Wight, and you will not get attacked by them at all because you're focusing on just dodging and running away. If you were to run away normally, just using your movement action, you will get attacked by all of them.
3.
Well, actually,
Because there's 2 on me.
the 2 of them went to the ground, so maybe you won't get attacked by them. You'll get attacked by the Wight, but you will not get attacked naturally. So you could, if you wanted to take a risk, run away with a movement action, attack the Wight or the skeletons with some Eldritch Blasts or whatever, and then you could get the bonus action to lightning bolt this guy with the Witch Bolt, or you could just disengage, ensure you take no attacks, and then Witch Bolt the...
Nah, I'm gonna go straight in for these skeletons that are surrounding me, okay? With the packed True Strike of my bow.
Okay.
True Strike packed bow is a 1d8 plus 4 with radiant damage, which I believe will do something. Or piercing won't do anything to skeletons, right?
Well, it does depend on if you think the piercing will damage the skeletons or not. Most of the time, enemies are not completely invulnerable to damage. So
Yeah. I got a 12 for my initiative.
that will hit
Okay.
skeletons.
Cool. And so let's do some damage. See if I can get these guys out of here. So let's see. It's a D8 plus 4 of radiant damage. We're going 1d8 plus 4, please. 8.
Okay, yep. You are able to take one of these out just with your bow, going like kind of point blank.
Bah! Straight to the head.
I feel like when I watch Lord of the Rings, Legolas just kind of does that all the time. He's just like running up, knocks somebody over, then
Yeah.
and just keeps going. Or like John Wick style, like knocks somebody over, boom, 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 boom,
Cool.
keeps going.
So I hit him, right? Now I have a move action.
Yep. If you would like to run away, you can. The Wight is there and will make an attack of opportunity on you if you run away.
I'm not gonna run away because then I'm really vulnerable with my 4 health. I've already used my healing hand. Can't use that on myself, can I?
You could use that on yourself. You could touch yourself to do that. So you just like
Touch your wound.
Touch myself in front of everyone?
We will look away.
we will look away.
But that's a bonus action, which means that I wouldn't be able to use my Witch Bolt, and it would then end right here, right now. Correct?
Right.
Dustin, I have my bonus action for healing word.
So can I still keep my concentration and just go in for my Witch Bolt? What do you guys think? Yay or nay?
I can heal you on my next turn.
Please, oh Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna do Witch Bolt. I'm gonna keep my concentration. That's a 1d12 bonus action. So let's roll that.
Yeah, it automatically hits, so I just need the D.
11.
11. That's
Nice.
a big hit. All right. So we've done 11 damage, and since you did the damage, Dustin, I'm going to have you roll a d20 again, and we'll see what happens.
What is this guy at?
12. Okay, and he'll just keep talking as you get smacked, and he'll say, "A lightning bolt, like a witch bolt. Witches, they've studied what? Discipline and study. The guild said." Yes, that's how divine favor is proven, study, but the Hasidists, they said it's unpredictable, you see, like a storm, like a lightning strike. What was that you saying over there? That was some great inspiration. And that's what he says.
Is this man on?
Okay, so that was Dustin's turn. He's dealt 11 damage to the Wight, and he's also destroyed one of the skeletons. It is now Emberlin's turn.
Okay, I have a question for the DM. I have 3 books with me.
Yes.
If I were to put a book on my head, would that count as a turn?
No. If anything, I would say that is... I would let you...
My movement?
I would let you take your movement to get the book out of your bag and put it on your head. Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to do that for my movement action. I'm going to grab just one of my books
You're on
and
something.
put it on my head. I'm then going to speak a healing word over my son, Dustin.
Okay.
Dustin, I am proud of you. And now let me roll it. My 2d4 plus 4. A 3 and a 2 plus 4. I keep rolling that. What is
That
9?
is statistically the most likely thing you're going to roll.
Okay, well, a 9. And then
Yeah.
that was my bonus action, so I still have 1 action left.
That's correct. Dustin, how much health do you have right now? Mm-hmm. So 13.
So I
Got it. Okay. And then, yes, what's your regular action?
Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so this is where I'm at a predicament. I'm holding a stinking book on my head. I could either do command and tell him to freeze, like tell the main guy to freeze, or I could try and attack the skeletons. Or I'm at 10 hit points right now.
Ooh. I also
But I
might have made a
have-
boo-boo, too, because you only have 2... How many spell slots do you have? Or how much power can you wield at level 2? Hold on. Let me check.
3 spell slots, I think.
Okay, because you...
Because I've used healing word twice and guiding bolt once. So then I'm done with those, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, okay.
Didn't you heal Titan twice? So then that technically you would not have been allowed to use the 3rd spell slot, the 3rd heal on Dustin.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do instead.
Mm.
I still, from the very first episode that we did, have a potion of healing. I still have that. So can I like throw that to Dustin
Yeah.
for him?
We'll do that instead, and we're gonna
Okay.
use the Baldur's Gate rules, which are excellent adjustments where you can just throw it, it'll break on the ground, and it will heal.
So
Dustin.
Dustin, I'm gonna do that for you instead. But I don't know anything about the potion of healing other than I have it.
We'll just, for the sake of speed and ease, we'll just treat it as the same as your healing word for the most part, just for the sake of ease.
Okay, so I'm still just getting. I'm still just at 13.
Yeah. But
Perfect.
yes, you have used all the spell slots you've used, and I think you might have gotten it. So like you're done with your big spells. You can still use your big power.
Yeah.
You have used all those slots, so you just have to focus on using your cantrips, your weaponry, etc.
Okay. So let me look at my cantrip list because I have Sacred Flame. That doesn't do anything, and neither does Produce Flame, right?
Sacred Flame will deal 1d8 damage.
Okay. All right, I see that.
I think it's 1d8 or something like that.
All right, and then I have Truth Strike if I wanted to use my mace. I also can do Firebolt again. Can you remind me what resistance is?
Resistance will be...
Because that's touch a willing creature and choose a damage of 1d4.
So you choose a damage type. When the creature takes damage of the chosen type before the spell ends, the creature reduces the damage total taken by 1d4. A creature can only benefit from this up to once per turn. So if you can touch somebody, you can grant them resistance. In this case, the Wight and the skeletons are all using slashing weapons, so you could give one of the people in the party slashing resistance.
Could I do that to myself? Because I'm at 10.
Yes, you could, yes. And then you'll be holding concentration with resistance.
I'm going to do that because I already have a book on my head.
We need those books stacked. We gotta get those
Okay,
books
so
stacked.
I'm holding a book on my head. I throw a healing potion to Dustin, and then I hold my hand over my heart for resistance. And that is my turn. And I'm yelling, I'm proud of you! Even though that's not gonna do any healing, I'm still proud of you. Both of you.
One tier.
And that is my turn.
Okay, you know what I'm also realizing, because
no.
I'm so into like making sure we set the scene correctly, I totally forgot that you guys brought Morwen along, who can also be fighting the entire time. So
Morwen. So how many turns does she get? Because she just like stack 3?
Forward.
I will not let her stack 3 turns just straight up, but I'm going to have her come in and participate. And she's a sorcerer, and I will have her do something pretty cool just to kind of go straight in. But let's have Titan take his turn, and then I'll have Morwen go next as I look up what I need to figure out what she can do.
That's so funny.
All right.
I apologize, y'all. I totally forgot that Morwen is here.
She's just been like in the corner just like this the whole time, mouth open,
Yeah.
like taking this all in.
Is everyone okay?
Girl, no. So S.
My health is restored and my heart is healed by the words of Emberlyn. How many skeletons are left?
There are
3.
3.
Three?
2 attacking Emberlyn and one on the ground near Dustin.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack I only have one sword, so I can't even go 2 times.
Yeah, you could use like your movement action, and you're close enough with the Wights and the skeletons to do some stuff. You could draw a second weapon. You could also run to go pick up your sword if you wanted to.
Can I draw one of the fallen skeletons' sword?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I
a
would
great sword,
I would
though.
let you do that. Just run over there, pick it up, and then do to attack.
Yeah.
I'm totally down with that, yeah.
Bet. And then I'm gonna attack. So yeah, I'm gonna. Do I need to roll for that or?
No to pick it up. Attacking, yes, of course, you'll need to roll.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll take out the first skeleton I took out. I'll pick up his sword, and then I'll go attack both skeletons that are running to Emberlyn. And I'm gonna attack one with one sword. That's a 23.
A 20.
Crit 20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then I'm gonna attack the other with my scimitar, which is an 11, which doesn't do anything. So I guess I miss him.
Yeah, that'll miss.
And then I'm gonna see how much damage I do. Or the one I do hit, 9 damage on the one I hit with the critical 20.
Okay, so that was just the natural damage you did, and then you would double
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay, so you did 18 damage to this skeleton. That skeleton is a little pile of dust now.
White.
You rush over and pick up a sword along the way and use it to just stab right through one of these skeletons and try and slash the other. But the skeleton kind of just disintegrates in as you slash through it with its own weapon and kind of disintegrates to the ground. I will note, right, as from these other situations with other weaponry, these skeletons are kind of just crumbled apart into a pile of bones. This one disintegrated, and you have eliminated a single enemy. I will then have Morwen. She'll enter the fight, and she's going to cast, as an action, she's going to run up right against a Wight, and she's going to cast a second level spell on herself. It's called Cloud of Daggers. And so there's going to be a cloud of magical daggers that will peel around her and spin around her like in a cloud. And she will run up right against the, and adopt a defensive stance against, with a sword drawn against the Wight. But the Wight will be within range, and it takes D4 slashing damage from her. So we will roll for that right now. Okay, so she does 7 damage to the guy, and this is a concentration spell, so the daggers will just keep going for as long as she can concentrate, up to a minute. So that's her turn, and I'll roll this time to see, because of she did the damage. She got a 15, and he'll like be slashed by these daggers, and he'll go, oh, daggers. I used to have a dagger. I named him Billy. He was a nice dagger. Names are important, you know? Names have power, magical power. Endless light of thoughtful questioning. That was one name. Was it? Yes? Quite a lot of names out there. Odd names. What's your name? Alright, it's his turn now. He will... I'm gonna roll to see if he attacks Dustin or well, first I'll roll to see what he does. Yep, okay, he's gonna attack.
Oh.
And I'm gonna roll to see if he's going to attack Dustin or Morwen. He'll attack Dustin, and we're going to roll to see if he hits. He got an 8. So he will rumble over to you with a giant greatsword and slash, but you're able to dodge out of the way. The blade, like, slamming the ground right where you were milliseconds before.
You catch me. I trained for this all my life.
Okay. Then, it will be the skeleton's turns. We have 2 skeletons left. One will get up and attack Dustin as well. A 12, which does not hit. And the one remaining skeleton will attack Emberlyn, which is 18, which will hit. So we are going to roll.
But I also remember have resistance for slashing, so I don't know if that helps.
So, okay, so you're going to take 5 damage, but you're going to roll 1d4 and reduce the damage taken by up to 4 damage.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. Like the Lord! So I'm at 9.
Yeah. So that's why that thing's pretty cool. So, okay, you did take a little damage, though, so I'm going to need you to make a concentration check, which is a constitution-based check. So, constitution bonus check. Unless you
I have a constitution of +2.
Yes, so you're going to roll that.
So I'm rolling a d20 +2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A 1.
No! Okay. So you have lost your
3.
concentration, and you are no longer resisting anything. Very, very Italian, like, of you there, Dustin. Like,
My mother.
My
Mama.
mother, she has lost her
Mamma
resistance.
mia. Mamma mia.
Okay, but for the record, though, because resistance is a cantrip, you could just cast it again on yourself next turn.
Exactly.
If you
That
wanted
part.
to. Okay, so the skeletons have attacked, the Wight is attacked, it is now Dustin's turn, and you can do what you'd like.
Do whatever I want. Alright. I got 1 spell slot left, correct? Hey man, do you remember what we did last session that made me have an AC of 17?
So you have the Eldritch Invocation to give yourself Armor of Shadow, which is called Armor of Shadows, which allows you to cast Mage Armor on yourself. That's why you have an AC of 17.
Got you, but that isn't... Armor of Shadows is something else besides the
Armor of Agathis is separate, yes.
Gotcha. So I do still have 2... I just do still have 1 slot left for a spell.
Yeah, because you cast Witch Bolt, you have 1 more slot left, yeah.
Yeah. Thank God I saved that.
Yeah, I will say, for since all of you are relatively new to the D&D world, conserving those slots is extremely important for the right timing.
I know
right?
this now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in this scenario, right? This guy's pretty devastating. He deals 10 damage every time he hits you. Like this is the time to use it, pretty much. But like, because you're in a desperate spot. But like, it's why like I think like you were like, do I use a spell against those pieces of armor that we fought earlier? If that was, or like there were some zombies and stuff. It's like
Right.
maybe not, because if you can get by without it, it's
Yeah.
a difference. It's also why the warlock class is very strong, because your Eldritch Blast, eventually when you hit level 3 or 5, you get 2 Eldritch Blasts every turn, and you get like a lot of stuff, and it's all free, right? It's also why the
Nice.
fighter is really important, actually, and why the martial classes are important, because they don't care about spell slots at all. They're always able to be steady with their damage output. So
Yeah.
they are really important for dealing with the regular situations. It's just, yeah, when you go up against like an overpowered rogue deity, it's like, well, okay, like slash.
Okay. So, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast on this one remaining skeleton that's next to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be my action. Because I'm gonna save my spell slot for once it's just the Wight, and unless y'all think I should make that boy giggle right now, because I
Well,
can make him giggle right now.
Are you still concentrating on him and hitting him with the D12?
I am, yeah.
I believe in order to keep him laughing, you'll also have to concentrate, and it's basically impossible to concentrate on
Still
two
have to
spells. I forget the
switch.
exact ruling, but yeah. So, but you may just want to deal the automatic damage to him for a little while, and then
Yeah,
take out
so
the
I'm gonna
skeleton.
get rid of the skeleton with the Eldritch Blast. So we're gonna roll a 1d20 plus 6. And that's an 11. Talk to me, Lee.
11 is a miss then.
What? Against a skeleton?
Yeah.
Isn't it? We need
Wow.
14.
14 was the number that you needed to hit, at least hit the Wight.
Yeah.
Skeleton wise, though, I'll just reveal it again. You guys hit at a 12, so you literally just needed a 12.
I was gonna say it must be a 12 or 13.
Dang. Okay. Whoa. Alright, wow. Okay, so I miss the skeleton, and so for my bonus action, I'll just keep my concentration.
Okay, let's
And,
roll,
roll
12
a-
for damage then.
1d12.
Come on.
Okay. Come on now.
9.
A 9.
Nice.
You were rolling high on these witch bolts. So yeah, so you
Let's
got
go.
like just like a general like electric ball thing floating up against like on your by your shoulder, and it just kind of goes zzz, every turn, just zzz, and so it'll zap him. You deal 9 damage, so that means he's taking 9 damage, and
58?
we're gonna roll 1d8.
It's an 11 right there.
At 11. Okay, you hit him with the witch bolt, and he'll say, "Oh, I remember learning that spell in school. You know, 2 schools? No, those were different schools. Schools of thought. 2 different schools of thought back in the day with the girl. Divided. Compromised. Yes, that's it, but no one talks about it. No. Too many compromises. People don't like compromises." Okay, that was Dustin's turn. I'm assuming you're not moving anywhere, and it'll be Emberlin's turn next. Taking
Damage, right?
damage,
Like,
affected
effectively.
by the damage whatsoever.
Are we just wasting our time here? Should we just talk to this guy? Like,
That's
is
what
that
I'm saying. Like, maybe we're just hitting this guy, and it's like, ow, but like not really ow, you know?
What do we do?
Whoa, that flew by. Time sure flies on eagle's wings when you're having fun, huh? That's a wrap on part 1 of our session, but don't worry, part 2 is on the way. If all goes well and the compass blesses our best, we're dropping new episodes every 2 weeks. So if you made it this far, you're a real adventurer. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at DiceHalfPower for behind-the-scenes fun, D&D reels, and sneak peeks of what's coming next. Until next time, may your path be clear, your rolls be high, and may the compass guide you now and always. Later, losers.